Time is now 6 o'clock. At this time, we'll call the meeting to order. This being the June meeting of the Dawson County Planning Commission. We'd like to begin with an invocation from John Maloney, if you would, please, John.
Heavenly Father, thank you for this time together. Lord, we just ask that you watch over this meeting. We ask that you allow our decisions to be based on what you would have us do. And just thank you for the opportunities that we have to watch out for your guidance. We ask this in your son's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Ask you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. This time we will have our roll call. Ms. Harmony, when you are ready. Record show 4 present, 1 absent, being Tim Bennett. Just announcements, there will be a planning commission meeting on July the 20th, 2021, same location, same time. Gentlemen, I assume you've had opportunity to look over your minutes. If you have, is there any amendments that need to be made? If not, is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
A second to approve. All in favor of approval of the minutes? Motion is carried 4-0. The agenda that's presented before you tonight, are there any amendments to the agenda? If not, is there a motion to approve the agenda as presented by staff?
Motion to approve the agenda as presented by staff.
A second.
Moving second, all in favor? Motion is carried 4-0. If you are here tonight to speak either in favor or in opposition of any application and you have donated more than $250 to any local official campaign, there's a form that you will need to fill out, and Ms. Harmony has it up here at the desk. Under new business, we'll begin with application for variance, presentation of VR 21-08. Paul Stowers is requesting to vary from the Dawson County Land Use Resolution Article Section 319, Table 3.2, side setback reduction from 20 feet to 10 feet for the purpose of construction of a barn, tax map parcel 103-044 Seed Tick Road. Is someone here to speak for Mr. Stowers? If you would, please come forward. This piece of paper on the podium, should be an ink pen up there. If you would, write your name and address on that piece of paper. If you would, please state your name for the record. You would give us was the microphone not on? Hang on just a minute. Let me get that. You're recorded and live fed, so they want to make sure they get what you say.
Paul Stowers.
Yes, sir. If you would give us a brief presentation of the reason for the variance.
I was trying to build my little girl a barn for a tack run, and I built it too close to the property line. And it's a pole barn. It's kind of difficult to move.
What size is it?
It's 24 by 36.
And how far along is it at this time?
I have the poles in the ground and one wall's up and the roof on.
Okay. And how far along was it when you discovered that you needed a permit?
That's how far along it was.
Okay. All right, so we haven't done any construction since you realized you
No,
needed a
sir.
permit. Okay. And how did you realize you needed a permit?
Well, it's been about 20 years since I built anything. And I used to build it and y'all would tax me on it.
I understand. So did somebody stop and talk to you, or how'd that work?
I got a stop work order on it.
And it's 10 feet too close to property line, I am assuming, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Any other questions to the applicant? Thank you.
All right.
Is there anyone here to speak in favor of the application? Is anyone here to speak in opposition to the application? Seeing none at this time, we'll close it to the board for discussion. Any discussion? Is there a motion?
Second.
Moving a second to approve the variance, and I will abstain since there's 4 of us here tonight. So all in favor? Motion is carried 3-1 or 3-0 with one abstention being myself. Your variance is approved. Application for special use, presentation of SU 21-02. Robert Garner is requesting a special use of tax map parcel 078-001-002 for the purpose of placing a mobile home on less than 5 acres in the RA zoning. Is someone here to speak for Robert Garner? If you would, please come forward. There on the podium, we'll find a piece of paper and a pen. If you would, please write your name and address on that piece of paper. For the record, please state your name
Robert Garner,
and your current residence.
352 Herd Drive, Dawsonville, Georgia.
If you would give us a brief presentation as to why you need a special use permit.
Well, building materials gone up. And I would like to build back in the property. You would even see I want to put a double wide there, modular home. I want to put a long driveway. I want to get back in there. You wouldn't even see it from the road, but with building material being as high as it is, I'd like to be able to put a mobile home on it if I could, but decisions in your hands. I don't.
Do you currently own this piece of property?
Yes, sir.
So you have purchased this piece of property.
Just have purchased it. Yes, sir.
When did the purchase go through?
I believe it was, let's see, it's June, at the middle of May.
Have you by chance spoke to some of your neighbors?
Have I spoke to any of them?
Yeah, have you spoke to any of them?
No, I have not. I waved at a couple of them when I went up there, and looked at property. I haven't been back up there because I want to see if I'm gonna get to put a modular home on it. I don't want to get my hopes up too high and then, go around shaking everybody's hand in the neighborhood. And
All right. And do you have a mobile home picked out?
we're waiting.
You're still waiting.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions to the applicant? Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Is there anyone here to speak in favor of the application? Seeing none, is there anyone here to speak in opposition to the application? Seeing none, at this time we'll close the board for discussion. Gentlemen, you have before you a special use of less than 5 acres. Is there any discussion?
So being that this is a special use, that would apply only to this mobile home? Or would that, would they be indefinitely be able to put a mobile home on there if say they move one on there and then somebody wanted to later?
So the regulation says that a mobile homes can't be on less than 5 acres in residential agriculture. So if this were to be approved, which still has to go before the Board of Commissioners, yes, that he could move in a mobile home. Maybe I don't quite understand.
But
the
since
question.
it's a special use versus a rezoning, tell me the difference there.
So we're not rezoning from the residential agriculture. So all the other uses of the RA zoning are still applicable to this piece of property. The only difference is it's less than 5 acres, and the board chose to put in our land use resolution that, just in these special cases, they want to hear this mobile homes being put on these properties.
To further answer your question, it is not a temporary zoning, it is a special use. At one time, we had MHT, mobile home temporary, which was a temporary zoning for a specific mobile home unit, so to speak. So you moved in a mobile home, it was only that one. So if in time you built a house after that, you couldn't put another one in. But we no longer have temporary zoning since we found out according to state, there is no such thing as temporary zoning. Anyway.
So this goes with the property
Goes
is
with
what
the
I'm saying,
property.
not with
Yes.
the owner, the special use.
Yes, the special use will go with the property, and so choose it later down the road, they want to remove the mobile home and put another mobile home on it, they would have that option.
Okay, gotcha.
Any further discussion?
According to their analysis, are you, as far as the analysis that's shown in the book, is saying that there's certain things that should be done as far as the facade and appearance of the mobile home? Is that correct? Is that something that would be required?
That is not something that is required, but in a lot of different scenarios, most planning analysis would require some sort of facade requirements.
Who would
For-
require that? Would they be required?
You could, if you put it as a stipulation.
I think we should have that as a stipulation because it is, as is done in the analysis, it talks about power meters to be placed, the minimum square footage recommended, and additionally, a manufactured home with a visible facade, including offsets. And recessed wall elements is encouraged. Window trim and shutters are also encouraged. I think that should be a stipulation as far as that, because this particular area, I don't think has any mobile homes within the subdivision, does it?
It's not a subdivision. It's an area of Dollar Road itself. There's no mobile home immediately next to it, but there are some in the area.
Oh,
That's the best way to put it.
Can we get Mr. Stowers back up to?
Yeah.
Mr. Stowers, would you please approach?
I'm sorry, Mr. Garner.
Garner.
Garner, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we've been looking online at Clayton Homes.
Mhm.
And we would have it on a permanent foundation. And it would be a new mobile home. It wouldn't be one bought from another county and brought in. And
So have you seen the
we haven't
recommendations?
actually spoke to them yet.
The planning staff has given some recommendations,
Okay.
among which is be take your wheels off out from under it, put it on a permanent foundation, put a good looking facade around it,
Yes, sir.
have the meter attached to it instead of on a pole sitting next to it, like a
Oh, yeah.
temporary pole type thing. Do you have a problem with any of these stipulations?
No, sir.
Would you read those for him?
It says manufactured home should be placed on a permanent foundation, which you've already agreed to, and skirted with concrete block or brick.
Mhm.
Okay. Power meters should be placed on the structure. Minimum square footage of at least 1,200 feet.
Yeah, we was looking at something like 30 by 60. I don't know the square footage. of
The
that.
1800s.
Yeah, so you're well within it. Additionally, the manufactured home unit with a variable facade, including offsets and recessed wall elements, is encouraged.
Yes, sir.
Window trim and or shutters are also encouraged.
Okay. That sounds
You're okay
fine.
with those stipulations?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, I would motion to approve with those stipulations.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Garner. You may sit back down.
Thank you.
Moving a second on the floor. All in favor? Motion is carried 3-0. You will need to appear before the Board of Commissioners, and that will be on July 15th. Okay. They will have the final say-so. ZA 21-12, Martin Labaca is requesting to rezone tax map parcel 076126 from RSR to RA for the purpose of down zoning the parcel. Is someone here to speak for Martin Labaca? If you would, please come forward, write your name and address on a piece of paper there that's on the podium. For the record, please state your name and address.
Martin Lavaca,
And why are you looking to rezone this piece of property?
because I was trying to build a house there and it's impossible because of the soil. So then I gotta do something with that land. Basically, I have some machinery, cars, tools that I gotta store somehow. And that's why I need to be like at least, I don't know, maybe between 12 to 1,800 square feet of metal building. Yeah. Be able to put some AC on them, keep them well. Basically, just that. I've been for a year making tests on the soil and talking to everybody, and it's impossible to build a house there. So,
Where do you currently reside?
pardon me?
Where do you live?
Oh, 12780 Providence Road, Alpharetta.
Where?
Alpharetta.
Alpharetta. Okay. One of the concerns that's brought up by staff is this is an R1 piece of property, and you're looking to build a building without a permanent residence.
Right.
So you're putting a building there without anybody to look over your stuff.
Well, basically, I'm gonna fence it, then put cameras, and that's why I need an address to hire electricity, to have internet, to have everything under control.
Okay.
Yes,
So you're looking to put in a 1,200 to 1,800 square foot metal building
yes, sir.
and park your stuff in it and fence it.
Yes, sir.
What type of fencing are you looking at?
Whatever is allowed. I don't know. Once I can keep going on, I'm gonna keep researching my options. I honestly don't know.
And what type of equipment are you looking at storing in this place?
Well, I have a lawnmower, machinery, I have boats, I have 2 cars that one is a classic, the other one is a work van. Basically, that plenty of tools. Yes.
Any further questions of the applicant?
Have you spoken to the neighbors any?
I met Gilbert on my right side. He's a really nice guy. He doesn't have a problem with that. And then the rest, I haven't spoken with them.
Any other questions? Thanks, sir. Is there anyone here to speak in favor of the application? Seeing none, is there anyone here to speak in opposition to the application? Seeing none, at this time we'll close it to the board for discussion.
Based on the analysis, it's kind of basically says it would diminish the property values without having a permanent residence on the site. And living in Alpharetta, not being up here to take care of the property or watch over the stuff, I guess it's kind of concerning about what, if the property would be well taken care of, or it would just be used as a storage place. That's concerning.
Another consideration to look at is it is an established subdivision.
Exactly.
With houses all in R1. You're looking at taking one parcel and bringing it to R8. Which is a bit concerning as far as from a precedent standpoint. Right. This established has been there since 1998, I believe. Any further discussion?
I was, I thought that, and I guess I'm wrong. I thought a lot of record had to be approved by the health department, one way or the other. It may have to use an alternative system or something, but Jameson.
So at every subdivision, and I don't actually know when the subdivision was platted, to be perfectly honest, but when we create subdivisions, the environmental health or Etowah Water and Sewer, whoever has the jurisdiction in that area, is at the table to determine, but we don't determine each lot by lot whether or not that lot is buildable. That has to be done at a later state as to when they do the soil tests. So it is a possibility that we subdivide a lot that is considered unbuildable for a septic tank.
Have you been to this subdivision?
No.
It is not curbed and guttered. It does not have the utilities like some of the subdivisions that you would see today.
Yeah,
This is a
I know it's
very
older.
much earlier subdivision.
Yeah.
So it's not, it's not going to follow the same guidelines that you would have in 2019. Because I did see some records from 1998, I believe, as far as a sale.
Did you get any feedback from neighbors, Jameson?
Any further discussion? We'll close the board this time. Any further discussion? Is there a motion?
A motion.
Motion to deny. Is there a second? Seeing no second, it dies for lack of second. Is there a motion?
really like to hear some more feedback from the neighbors and the subdivision themselves. I mean, they had an opportunity to come to this meeting and speak out about it.
Yeah, and it makes me think that they don't have a problem with it, but
Taking an assumption that they're on board with it.
yeah, I mean, usually, I mean, they got letters, right? I mean, usually if you're, you'd see it, everybody here, or at least sending emails or something.
But at the same time, you're looking more than the neighbors.
Yeah,
You're
precedent.
looking at the county itself as a whole. You're looking at a subdivision that is platted, that is already in existence, that's 20 years later, one lot's not buildable, so we rezone it to something else. We downzone it and allow something to come in that, see, this subdivision, I'm assuming, does not have a HOA.
I'm sure not.
Not falling under those guidelines. So like, it falls upon us to make a recommendation tonight. There was a move to deny, it died for lack of second. Is there a motion?
I'll move to recommend denial.
But this is he would go before.
You go
Yeah.
before the Board of Commissioners.
Okay, so suggestion would be when you go before commission, that you bring letters from the neighbors stating that they're okay with something like this. But without that, I can't recommend approval. It's what you want. If that's what you want, I think if it was me, that's what I would do. But let's say that's when you go before commission.
There's a motion on the table. Is there a second?
I say,
Moving a second to deny, recommend denial. All in favor of recommending denial? Motion is carried 3-0. This board is recommending denial. You'll be heard by the Board of Commissioners when they make the final say-so on July the 15th. At that time, it's been suggested by John Maloney that you talk to your neighbors, you get letters of recommendation from them, or get them to come with you and speak on your behalf as well also. Updates by planning and development.
All right, so we are working with the Long Range Planning Committee and on our comprehensive plan. We are also hot and heavy on the 453 corridors that should be heard next month before the Board of Commissioners. I believe they might have or at least one of them has a public hearing that will come before you in the next 1 or 2 months. So that's it for planning and development.
Leaves us with item K. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
This time we are adjourned.